Hey guys, before I get into the video, I just wanted to remind you that the main places I'll be posting updates, discussing the games and whatnot will be the both the subreddit and my YouTube channel. So the subreddit is r/impostergamestudios. You can see the whole link up top here. reddit.com/r/impostergamestudios. I'll be posting all the Renegade Dev Vlogs. Maybe I'll post other tech stuff occasionally that I'm working on if it gets a little more busy. Right now we got a total of 1 subscriber of myself. Don't know who the 3 online is if there's only 1 subscriber. Maybe someone can explain that to me. And then also the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com /masked_imposter, and then videos, which is where I'll be uploading all the Renegade blogs, which again is Renegade is the code name of this game, not the final name. I haven't come up with the final name yet. And yeah, Renegade was an awesome game. Command & Conquer Renegade that I played a lot as a pre-teen, so that's how I came with that. Anyways, enjoy the updates to the game. Alright guys, time to go into this month's changes, and this is probably the one of the biggest ones that there will be, because this one really shows off what the gameplay is gonna be like, so I'm excited about showing these things off. So first off, we got this little ability thing here, and I might add more to it. Maybe show the camera controls or something while you're in the commander mode, which is Tino here. He's the commander, so you'll notice is active. And I haven't implemented hotkeys yet, but eventually I'll do have keys for those too, which is why I have that there. I might also do that for these with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll see Q places this flag wherever the mouse cursor is, and that's the location that all your spawning units are going to move to and attack to. See, right now this thing's taking a beating. That's because I have it set to invulnerable. A little neat trick I learned from my StarCraft editing days. It's nice to occasionally have things that are invulnerable. That way they won't just immediately destroy this bunker while I'm talking about stuff. So we'll do hero spawning after we talk about this. So we've got a fun little placement system with little tile grids that kind of show you if something's blocking the construction before you, so you're not wondering why something doesn't work when you place it down. Place one there. We'll see, so you can't place them right next to each other. I kind of wanted to force the player to have a little bit of spacing between each building, so they're not just stacking a million things on top of each other. Put 2 right there. Go ahead and send these guys to the bunker. This bunker will take all the shots probably. Well, not all of them. He's getting hit a little bit. You'll see when you place a tent, the incremental cost goes up, which is a lot like my old StarCraft 2 map Stukov Manor Monster. And if the tent gets destroyed, then the cost goes back down by that incremental cost. And I might also at some point maybe implement a selling structures thing, but you would only get back the starting cost of it. So like the first rifleman tent costs 100, so if you had 3 rifleman tent and you sold all of them, you'd only get 300 credits back, so you don't get that incremental cost back. That'll be kind of a way to plan ahead while still being able to sell stuff if you absolutely have to. This is currently the only building I have implemented right now, so these buttons do absolutely nothing at the moment. As you can see, I don't even quite know what I want to do for like these guys. Let's see, the enemy has a rifleman, shotgunner, and minigunner, so you can kind of see him. The shotgunner's got this little shield here, and he's doing something inappropriate with that rifleman. But so the shield will block incoming damage up to a certain amount, and then it will get destroyed, or you can move around him and attack him. Or you can also use piercing damage, which is something I went over in my last video, where the bullet will can hurt multiple targets, so it'll hurt the shield plus this guy if you have something that does piercing. Which right now only the heroes have piercing, and I'll probably keep it like that. Let's go ahead and kill these guys real fast. See, that was some piercing damage that guy has. Now we'll come back here, we'll switch back, and now that he's back out of combat, he'll start healing. You'll see this healing percentage, and I might slow it down, I might increase it, I don't know, with how fast they heal out of combat. But one thing you can notice is if you allow them to go down in combat, they heal a lot slower. Whereas if I do this, but I get back in time, one, I can't select Hunter right now because he's incapacitated. I can select Jackson, but he'll start with that lower health amount. But he heals a lot faster when you take him back without letting him get incapacitated, so it's kind of a little benefit to head back home and switch heroes before, instead of just letting your guy die and then forcing the hero switch. So yeah, there's that as well. Got the sniper lady too, Ava. Get these guys out. So yeah, there's the standard rifleman. Shoots kind of slow, but he moves fast, turns fast, so you're probably not going to get around him. Shotgun guy is fast, he doesn't have as long of a range. If he's concentrating on one of your guys, then it's pretty easy for the hero to get around him and hit him from the back. Or you can just use piercing damage, so he's not too hard to take care of. Then there's the super slow guy, the minigunner. And he's really slow and he turns really slow, but he's got a slightly farther distance to shoot than the rifleman, and he shoots a lot faster, so he's definitely a priority for the hero to take out, as your groups of guys will have a slightly difficult time with him. As far as structures go, I was thinking it might be fun to kind of make these go different ways, whereas like this one is kind of vertical going this way, this one maybe I could have it go sideways. I'm probably not going to make them rotatable. One, for like sprite reasons, I don't have to make like a billion different sprites. And also it kind of creates this little almost Tetris effect where you can kind of plan out your base if you want, which is kind of neat. So I'm gonna open up my notes, see what other kind of stuff I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, so you can see they're definitely pathfinding now, which is cool. This shouldn't happen so much in real gameplay because you won't have an invincible guy, because when something gets destroyed, then they'll move up to the next area and go to the next thing. Bunching up shouldn't be as bad in the final version, but if it is, maybe I'll have to look even more into what kind of pathfinding stuff I might want to do. So how these work is they'll only spawn one guy at a time, and then when he dies it'll start a countdown, a cooldown, and then it'll spawn a new guy. So that way there's not a billion units on screen at once. Notice a fun thing is water will slow units down when they enter it. I might have shown that in the last one, I don't really remember. But they do still try to avoid it with some fun pathfinding stuff. Some audience questions I got down is, well, first, I don't think I mentioned that I am going to end up probably adding some defensive type structures, like I'll probably make walls you can build. They'll be a little bit different than the sandbags in that you'll be able to shoot over them no matter the distance, but the enemy won't shoot over them. Sandbags kind of get ignored by the AI, and I'm probably going to keep it that way. Whereas I'll probably treat the walls more like a building, where if they're near one, they'll start shooting at it. So you could maybe place your flag behind a wall, and that way your troops will gather near the wall, and then any enemies that come up, you can shoot them, and your blocks can be blocked by the wall. Another thing I want to do with building structures is, right now I'm out of cash, so I can't show you again, but they do get placed immediately when they're built. But I think what I want to do is have it so like a worker unit will come out of, say, this bunker, and then it'll go over, take some time to build the tent, and then once it's done that, it'll start spawning units. And that way, because right now, if I had any money, I could place one right here, and then a guy would spawn it and start attacking this. So that's kind of cheap. And I think a good way to combat that is to have those worker type units who actually build the building. Let's see, what else? Okay, so I talked about how I'll probably have defensive structures. Resources as well. Right now there's nothing. I might have like a small steady climb just from your HQ. Which, by the way, when your HQ dies, that'll probably be how you lose the mission. Which was kind of the same thing in Stukov Manor Monster, where you lost your hatchery or whatever, you lost the mission. It'll have a fun lore explanation, I think, like something about Union rules dictate that the commanding officer must have a HQ or something like that. Something silly. But I got distracted. So I was going to ask the audience what other type of units you think should be added to this. You got the rifleman, the shotgunner, and the minigunner right now. They're probably going to be shared from both sides. It'd be nice to make units unique to each side, but I also want to finish this game at some point, so you know, gotta make your choices, and I think one thing will be that. Some ideas for units, I mean, you could definitely use a crowd control beyond the shotgunner's not really too much of a crowd control, because even though he does a lot of small bullets, they only hit one person, unlike piercing damage. So maybe there could be maybe a grenadier or a rocket guy. So, you know, we have the hero that does the grenades and can do rockets. But maybe if we had lost my train of thought again. But yeah, maybe if we had a unit that could do some kind of crowd control like that too, they probably wouldn't be quite as powerful as the hero grenades or rockets. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like, if I did a rocket guy, he'd probably be slow moving like the minigunner and have a pretty long range. If I had a grenadier, maybe he would have a short range and kind of run up front and throw grenades and then probably get killed by the enemy. I don't know. There'd probably be less of the little pellets coming out of the grenades for an AI guy. I'd probably do that. I don't think I'm gonna do a sniper unit other than the hero. I don't think I'm gonna do a sniper here. I think 5 units is a good amount. I mean, a placeholder yurt is pretty good in a proxy penthouse. This was the penthouse, not penthouse, but you know. I do want to make a tank at some point, but that might just be like something the enemy has that you fight against. But at the same time, maybe it could be like the ultimate thing that costs a ton of resources, because it could also be fun to give that to the player. So they'd be like, oh, I saved up all this money, now I'm getting a tank or something like that. I think I mentioned resource gathering. I don't know if I finished my thought, but kind of how I'm thinking is like maybe there'll be little spots on the field. Like imagine this wasn't a wall, but maybe it looked like ore or jewels or something, and you'd have to build a structure on that, and then maybe you'd have a harvester that goes between it and this, and that would give you extra resources in addition to like maybe a small trickle in from your headquarters. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. I haven't decided for certain, but I'm open to ideas if anyone has any. One kind of fun thing about the flag is you could always wait for all your units to spawn and rally them, and then once they're all together, then you can send them on to the player. I was originally thinking about maybe having one rally flag and one attack flag, where they would rally, then every 30 seconds to 1 minute, then they would get sent off to the attack flag, but I think that might be overcomplicating it a little bit. This way you can just let the players deal with one flag and they can kind of rally themselves. Another thing I haven't quite decided is like when you're the hero, right now you don't have access to the rally flag at all. So that makes the commander more unique in that way. But at the same time, if you ever want to change the rally flag, having to go all the way back to HQ and switch, or letting yourself get killed by the enemy so you automatically become the active commander, is a little bit too much, but I'm not quite sure how I would want to change that. One option is, the other benefit of the commander is they can place the flag anywhere. Maybe I could make it so the heroes can only place the flag in a spot within their sight. Alternatively, I'm also considering making like an extra thing you can build, maybe called a foxhole or a tunnel or something, and that could be an extra spot where you can switch between heroes, but you have to build them yourself, so it'd be like a forward, almost like a forward command center, but there's not a big deal if you lose it or anything like that. Yeah, so any ideas on that? Definitely open ears. Talked about workers, defensive structures, new units. Oh yeah. I got some of the notes of some of the things I changed from one devlog to the other, and I think in the last one there was a bug with the health sliders where these are sliders so you could click on them and move them, and that's why I was acting all weird, but now I have it so you can't change them. The pathing was the first big thing I did with the units walking around, and then I had them after which do the enemy detection type of thing so that they stop. I do have it so I kind of choose if when they target an enemy whether they actually stop moving or not. Right now their target to move to is somewhere around here, so they're trying to get to there, but they're stopping whenever they encounter an enemy. And I do have an option on them so that they don't stop moving when they target an enemy, so they would essentially go like keep moving. They would be shooting at this guy as they walk by them and keep moving. So I'm thinking what I might do with that is maybe, especially on harder difficulties, I'll probably have easy, medium, hard, is I'll maybe make a few, some squads will try to rush the headquarters, and you'll have to look out for that. And there could also be some squads that specifically target the player hero, so they run at them and they kind of just keep chasing him. And when I was testing that, I had kind of fun thing where I was the hero and I was kind of walking around these and they'd keep trying to get to me. And I would just kind of walk around to try to get an angle on a shot at me and shoot me. So yeah, that was pathfinding, and then targeting, and then I created the spawners. The enemy spawners work differently than the player ones. Like I said, these only spawn one unit, whereas for the enemy spawners, what I did is I have like maybe 10 units I define that can be spawned and how often, and then I choose what structures can spawn them. And then so if I have 10 units only assigned to one building, that building goes down, those 10 units will no longer be created into the game, and each structure can only rebuild one of those units at a time. So I think that'll work well for like creating bases and stuff like that. There might be some missions where there's multiple enemy bases, maybe one to the right, one to the left, one up, one down, and you're maybe surrounded. You have to hold out or take them out or something like that. So that's how those spawners work. Yeah, that's about all there is, I think. I explained all this stuff, how the spawning works, and how they only heal when they're out of combat. Right now you can do something kind of cheap, I think, where you could do that, and then you got 3 more grenades. So I'll probably address that at some point. But probably what I'll just do is make it so you don't spawn right on the trigger where this menu is activated. Maybe you spawn up here, a little bit in front of it over here. But yeah, put some of these up. Right, let's finish this out and just destroy the enemy. Of course, there's no sound effects right now, but I did get one of those humble bundles a while ago that was like a bunch of developer stuff, and hopefully there'll be things from that I can add for sound and music and whatnot. Yeah, the player is really good at sniping buildings and whatnot. See, if it's just him on him, you either have to pierce or just pound his shield away. But if he's concentrated on someone else, then grenades and rockets do a ton of damage to buildings. That piercing damage on the grenades. But yeah, so definitely, if you want more updates, subscribe to the YouTube channel and join the Reddit. Those are my main spots. I'll be putting updates on the game and informing people. Maybe after game release, if it gets popular, maybe I'll make a Discord or something, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Definitely give me those comments. I am interested in hearing what people's ideas are for additional units and some of those other things I mentioned. I talked about the grenadier and the rocket guy possibly in a tank, but you could also maybe do some kind of support, perhaps. Maybe a healer or someone who buffs with maybe higher attack speed or something else. That'd be a possibility as well. But yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.